A PlayStation Indie Day recap, Sony's holiday 2023 forecast hints at new PS5 Slim, and a round of quickfire game news including God of War, Dreams, Syphon Filter, and Resident Evil 6.5. All that and more in today's PlayStation news. Let's get to them. PlayStation Indie Day recap. Sony had their usual Indie Day where they tweet info on upcoming PS4 and PS5 indie games. Let's recap everything they announced this time. Q Games is launching a new party brawler in the Pixel Junk series called Pixel Junk Scrappers Deluxe. It's an arcade brawler where you beat up baddies and clean up the streets of Junktown in different missions and minigames, which you can do solo or with up to 3 friends locally or online with cross-platform support. Pixel Junk Scrappers comes to PS4 and PS5 later this year. Sole developer Billy Basso gave us an update on Animal Well, a pixel side-scroller that focuses on exploration, mystery, and animals. Since showing the game at last year's Summer Game Fest, he received the support of YouTuber Donkey and his indie label Big Mode, who will be publishing the game. A new trailer shows updated mechanics like hanging from vines, the use of items, and the way you can interact with animals. Development on Animal Well for PS5 is going well, with new content added faster than before, but the developer is not ready to provide a release date. Next was Ether Knights from Studio Sai, a game shown in that fantastic state of play from June last year. The game is a blend of a dating sim and an action game where players explore a post-apocalyptic world. Since the reveal, they have been focusing on enhancing overall gameplay flow and immersion, with improvements on dialogue and combat UI, and revamping deadlines for completing dungeons to give a better feeling of urgency. Environments and levels have also been updated to give you more reasons to explore the dungeons, while changes to characters, storyline, combat, and minigames offer a more engaging experience. Japanese and Korean voices have been added so you can experience the story in your preferred language. Ether Knights has been delayed from early 2023 and will release for PS4 and PS5 this summer. Finally, Ironwood Studios gave us a new look at Pacific Drive, a driving roguelike where you venture inside the Olympic exclusion zone. You will have to rely on your trusty wagon as you explore the wilderness for gas and resources, so you can have your car running long enough to return to the auto shop. Then use the collected materials for repairs and upgrades. Different anomalies such as heavy bolts of electricity or underground hunks of metal will damage your car over time, and you need to understand how they work and figure out what to build to survive them the next time. Car customization options include racks to strap extra gear like full tanks, wind-powered generators, controllable spotlights, a roof rack to store more materials, a lightning rod to keep your battery charged, automatic parking brakes, and experimental gadgets. Pacific Drive storms your PS5 console later this year. And that's all the additional details on PlayStation Indies. What were your favorites? Let us know in the comments below. Sony's holiday 2023 forecast hints at new PS5 Slim. Sony's great momentum with PS5 sales continues, as just last week they managed to easily take the top spot in Japanese sales with 93,000 units sold, the best yet since its launch in 2020. And that's on top of their successful Q3 where they sold 7.1 million units to take the console lifetime sales to 32.1 million globally. According to Tom Henderson from Insider Gaming, the Japanese company is preparing for a massive 2023 and forecasted 30.5 million units for fiscal year 23, so they expect to sell in a year almost as much as the console has sold in a little over 2 years since its release. Insider Gaming also got information on internal forecasts from Sony, where they expect the lowest month of sales to be August with 1.5 million and November to move around 4.8 million, but a combined Q3 from October to December of a staggering 10.5 million units. That's almost 50% more than what they sold last Q3, which was already huge. Now, the reason they expect August to be low is likely due to the rumored PS5 Slim, which will see the disc drive becoming an accessory, launching in September. So it makes sense people would hold on buying until the new model comes out. That new model is also forecasted to sell 18.5 million units in fiscal year 23 alone, with production starting in April this year, and the current PS5 is expected to move 12 million. We don't know when PS5 Slim is going to be announced, but Tom Henderson indicated it could be around the same time it starts production in April. Are you waiting to get a PS5 Slim, or would you get a current PS5 if you have the chance? Share with us in the comments. Now let's go for a round of quickfire game news. Sony may be readying a God of War Ragnarok TV spot for this Sunday's big game, as spotted by Multiplayer First. They have been promoting a forecast of a blizzard at Midgard and encourage fans to tune into the game this Sunday. The last time they ran an ad in a Super Bowl game was in 2013 with God of War Ascension. A Dreams creator has managed to get a job at Ori developer Moon Studios with only his experience in designing levels with Media Molecules game. User Ufalas created Trips Voyage, a 3D platformer in the game. You can check the full video with the link in the description. Moon Studios CEO Thomas Muller shared the good news, to which Media Molecule co-founder Mark Healy replied his love for. Another Syphon filter is set to join PlayStation Plus Premium soon, as Dark Mirror trophies have appeared online via Exoface. The game was released for PSP in September 2006 and for PS2 a year later. It was rated for PS4 and PS5 in Korea back in April last year, just before the PS Plus relaunch in June. Sony has announced a new Hogwarts Legacy limited edition DualSense available in limited quantities through the PlayStation Direct website for the US and UK. It goes live for purchase today and ships on February 28. New artwork from Resident Evil 6.5 has been found online. According to Dusk Golem, it corresponds to a scrap version of Resident Evil 7 that was similar to RE6 and had Leon and Sherry fighting water-based BOWs in a city similar to Venice, Italy. The game would have had choice moments similar to Telltale games, and a polished 30 to 60 minute demo existed from late 2012 to 2013 before it was changed in favor of the Resident Evil 7 we know. After this week's news on the UK CMA provisional decision about the Microsoft Activision deal, Activision CEO Bobby Kotick has said Sony is attempting to block the transaction. In an interview with Financial Times, he said, "Suddenly Sony's entire leadership team stopped talking to anyone at Microsoft. I think this is all Sony just trying to sabotage the transaction. The whole idea that we are not going to support PlayStation or that Microsoft would not support the PlayStation, it is absurd." Financial Times also got in touch with Sony, who said they are in contact with Microsoft but have nothing to add about these private negotiations. And those are the PlayStation stories for today. What are your thoughts on them? Share them in the comments below, let me know your feedback by liking or disliking this video, check out other videos you may enjoy while you're here, and consider subscribing for more on PlayStation. Thank you so much for watching, my name is Joseph, this is Hype for Games, and let's get hype!